Chase, when was the last time you came? I think it was at Christmas, right? At Christmas.
A few months ago, yes, it was around Christmas. Yeah, maybe.
Yes, well, we've had him on several times now. It's, as I say, a priceless effort from these kinds of people who, to me, are just normal people, you know? They seem like they're from another era or supreme beings, right? But come on, to me, they're normal people. And as you can see, very approachable, right? And well, let's get right into it and take a moment to congratulate the members of Mundo Hattrick, okay? I really want to thank all the members publicly to mention them. And well, you know, because I think it's only fair, right? To take the time to do it in at least one video, just as it really should be, okay? So, well, first of all, I appear as the founder. I thank myself. No, just kidding. We thank 21, Jose 21, Abilillo 21, Chromio 73. Thanks also for following me, Dial01. Thank you very much. To Agon Navarro, a Uruguayan Mundonian, thank you so very much. To Alejandro 1990, thanks as well. To Alex Candas, well, thank you very much too, Alex. Thank you so much. Here comes some more. To Xochitl, one of the collaborators, thank you very much. We plan to see each other very soon. Anthony 123, a Peruvian Mondonian, thank you very much for following me too. Antonio HRTS, Barreneru, BTC version, Carayudo, Sebadilla Mantecona, Choco 37053, for Cordoba Piscoya, another Peruvian Mundonian. Thank you all very much. Kurosans, thank you very much. De Casino, thank you so much. Dani Veches, DHT Oscar, DR Mengenche, Eurodriver, EH Banas, Fenicio de X, Fer Alonso, thank you very much too, or whatever his name is. Well, I think I said it right. Fer 7 and 11, Garcinia, thank you very much. Gaucelli, thank you so much. Gillens, thank you very much. Chaveras, Javila, and Jesus Rockers, my brother or our Mexican brother, thank you very much. Jordi 12, thank you very much. Jordinet, Corza 10, Hazorsu, Kugon, Julio Bruno, Cales, Carelas, other colleagues of mine, Mexican brothers, Kemau 777, the Peruvian kid, Kenam, who is a Turkish follower. Thanks, friend, for following us. El Amico, thank you very much. L.A. Sultan. And Marov 83V, thanks. Loco, Covas, Lucho, DT, and Luis Despistao, thanks. A huge shout out to Mazapan, Manumundos, and Mario 1601, who is one of our valued collaborators. Thank you. Moving on, we have Maverdos, Miguel Angel, Mod Valero, and Mod Neno, who is one of our dedicated moderators in the Spanish state. Thank you also very much for following me and supporting the channel. Finally, a special thanks to Mikado, Miguel, Nicogiu, and Octavio81 for being part of this journey. A Venezuelan user as well. Onyx99, PC Vuestro, a Peruvian user. Pequemamos, Piki 10, Pinchi Marie, Ritormino, Ror, Chax, Sepa, Man, Vicen 6, Adrian, GBLT96, one of our collaborators who just joined. Let's see, I only have 2 pages left. Ana Sapuri, Andresis, Betiquito 86, Borjita 10, thanks to you, thanks to everyone. Barton 01, Cantebras, Carluch, Colchonero 73, Depaten Diegar, Erpinga, Fewis 1, Fran 89, Congio Fran 22, Huyes and a Brazilian follower, ITF-0, Istar, Jorge Yuos, one of my best friends. Thank you very much as well for following me in the Federation. In the Federation, okay, they are followers of the Federation because if it's on the channel, we'll never finish here. Yeah, you know. Yosu, Kamandrula, Kakas 89. We're going to wrap things up for now, but before we go, I want to give a huge shout out to our supporters. A special thank you goes out to L.A. Gio, La Plaga, Leo 19M, Leonidas 2021, Lubaez, Matias Richards, McConaughey, Makila 7, as well as Patio and Pedro. I really want to say thank you so much to every single one of them for their support. From the very bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate all of you. Well, they follow us in the Fede too. Many people follow us on the channel. Let's get into the subject now, okay? These questions are going to be oriented towards Hattrick, Chase, or for Chase, I'll call you Chase, right? Better than Chase. Papa Miss? I'm going to call you Miss. It's shorter for me with your permission. Agreed?
That is really no problem at all.
No problem. Okay, perfect. First question, let's see what has been the most important new feature you've added this past year?
Well, I think it's clear to me. Hattrick Fem International, the women's league, is something that took the developers a very long time, and it's also been very significant for the users. There are many people, I think over 10,000 users have signed up for this new league. So for me, there's no doubt. There have been many things, but Hattrick Fem International is the most important. I agree with Chase. The Hattrick Fem was an interesting addition. And there was something truly exciting that a massive number of people joined in on and really enjoyed having a great time with it. Though I have to admit, it also led to a situation where quite a few of them ended up going completely bankrupt, which is something I am well aware of. Yeah, it's a great addition, and I'm happy. I wasn't sure how it will be received in Hattrick. There was a lot of thoughts that maybe it would be a gimmick or something that will not feel right, but it feels exactly right. It feels enough different that it's not just a new league, but a very Hattrick-like experience. And I know that some managers take it very, very seriously. I took it seriously. I mean, I was doing fine until I got screwed over twice in the cups, but let's just not speak about that again. I just enjoyed it.
We'll talk, Miss. We are going to talk, and I really want to, but we need to talk from a genuine point of view of mutual understanding, right? It is important that we are on the same page. Understanding what for a top user and a high-ranking user like Miss, well, how it's affected you. For example, you lost a final a season or two ago, right, in the Hattrick Masters, or a semi-final, right? Also, I think...
Yes.
I'd also like to ask you some questions, but that will be later on, okay? Later on. It's just that I'm Andalusian. I can't help it. I have this kind of vocabulary, okay? Okay. I'm also very proud to be Andalusian, folks. It is what it is. What changes do you have planned for next season? Chase, do you have any information that might have been leaked to you by Johan?
I know things, little things. The thing is that I can't explain things that haven't obviously been announced yet. But there will be news soon.
Can't you give us a little bit? Something to make the video interesting?
I'm going to tell you that there's one thing I like a lot, and it'll be out very soon.
What's it related to? What could it be related to?
These are specific challenges that you are going to have to face, or perhaps ones that you can choose to take on, and you can really try your best to complete them all.
Okay.
I won't say more. Yeah. So, it does not translate Chase, but I try to figure out from like different words. Like he said that, yeah, I cannot speak about anything. And Casemiro said, like, give us something like a hint. I don't know which hints did you give, but it definitely wasn't about Hattrick Masters format because you didn't say anything in this regard. No, it seems that I cannot select a language because if I choose Spanish, then you will hear the translation into English, but Casemiro will not hear my words. No, I think it's better. It's better that you answer in Spanish, and I'll just try to guess. I find it a great game. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay. Very well. Well, we're finishing another one here. Another little question, okay, which is also from La Plaga, who, as I said, has sent me a whole bunch of questions. Is there any feature that the community has been asking for years and that you're considering implementing? I'll ask this to Chase first, obviously.
Let's see. There are things about the youth system, for example. There are always many people asking for improvements in the youth system to make it more fun, not just training them, but having competitions. This is something I know there's a desire to implement. What I don't know is when that will be, but it'll surely be done. And then there are things they always ask for that I see as much harder, like loans or having 5 changes, 5 substitutions in a match.
Okay. How do you decide which user suggestions are incorporated? I mean, how do you decide which user suggestions are added to the game? I mean, I don't know. It's just that I go into the international forums and I see that there are many things being requested, and obviously not all of them can move forward. Obviously, right?
There are just so many requests coming in, honestly, just so many. You really can't even imagine how many there are. They are pouring in from the forums, by email, by direct message. Even in the mobile app reviews, there are constant requests for changes and helpful suggestions. And on social media too, there are just so many of them. It is truly overwhelming. So what happens is that the bosses meet and decide what they're going to implement, which could be their own ideas, or obviously they could also be ideas from the community, and that's it. The bosses meet, they analyze what they have.
Do you send it directly to Johan? Well, to Johan or to the development team? You're the main architect, right?
Yes, when I see suggestions, I send them to the team, yes.
And do you evaluate that first? Like, okay, I'll evaluate the suggestion, and if it's a suggestion that fits, I'll send it along. Or, because of course, there must be some filter, right?
I implement a filter, but it's not my filter. It's the filter that I know they would use. For example, things that can't be done for whatever reason that I know aren't feasible, well, they don't pass the filter. Things that seem interesting and that I know are the type of suggestion that fits them, they pass the filter, but it's not personal. Obviously, I don't have the decision-making power, but I know more or less what they think.
Do they actually count on you, Chase? I mean, do they rely on you specifically for the actual implementation, or are they asking you to study a possible implementation of some new addition? Or on the other hand, do they just have you there to collect ideas separately from the rest of the team?
What happens is that everyone has their role, and my role doesn't involve this decision making. What happens is that I can give my opinion, and obviously I say what I think, and they take me into account, and it's perfectly understandable because I don't want it to be any other way. They are the ones who make the decision. But when there's something that I find interesting, well, I say it, and that's it.
Miss, before we wrap up, do you have any specific questions that you would like to ask Chase?
I could just say that I also see a lot of different suggestions on the forums, and usually you could have a lot of different suggestions on the global forum, and some of them are repeating every few months or years, but there are also dedicated forums that are very interesting for experienced managers, and they are open for everyone. There is the stage forum, which will allow you to react to upcoming changes, usually not big ones. And there is also the Backstage. It's like a brainstorming forum where some suggestions could be seriously discussed. It does not mean that they will be ever implemented, but some of the things there are very, very interesting. And I know that the developers are reacting there and getting a lot of feedback, but also answering truthfully and interestingly.
Miss, any suggestion that you have implemented in the forum and that you have asked for? Do you remember any? Because Chase is saying yes, Chase is nodding his head.
I think we were speaking about a lot of things, but about the Hattrick Masters, if I wouldn't get screwed in the semifinals, I wouldn't care. But that cannot be done.
Michael, not this.
It's okay. It's water under the bridge. I'm very happy with everything that I have achieved, But I think that generally speaking, the fact that the format is interesting, it has its magic, but the fact that within one round, 50% of the teams go home, and within 2 rounds, 75% of the team go home. Sometimes people achieving the ticket to the Hattrick Masters would want to experience it a little bit more. There are problems. You cannot do group stages because of possible collaborations and cheating or something like this, but maybe some double elimination or sweet stage. There are a lot of different ideas, but every one of them has a bad side, a negative effect, which could make it a little bit difficult. I think we're speaking on the forums about the different format for the Hattrick Masters for more than 5-6 years, seriously. And there was actually a really big discussion that has been going on in the background for quite some time now. Because first of all, it is important to note that not a lot of people are actually involved in this process every single season. And also the fact that we were afraid that more than 256 teams will be playing got solved by just adding an extra round for a small amount of teams just to even make it work. So for now, we are just waiting. I'll be interested to see how the new format ever will be implemented. I really wanted to win the old format as well. As things are going, I maybe have 10 or 15 years to win it before something changes.
Wait. Right here, I'm going to put a little sign right here. Exclusive. New Hattrick Masters format. We have an exclusive now, Michael.
No, there is no new format. No, I'm even saying, if I consider that I have maybe 10 or 15 years left, well, it feels like it would take 50 seasons to win under that old format. And honestly, I just don't think that system is going to change anytime soon.
I don't know, Mish, I don't know. I'll answer him in English first so he understands, and then I'll answer you. I don't know what will happen, Mish. You know that it's been discussed, it's in the background, and someday it should be implemented.
I'm sure it will. It will be interesting to see the new one. Yeah, and as long as if the developers took the feedback of experienced managers seriously to avoid unpleasant situations, then definitely, yeah, because if we could avoid all the problems we already experienced with the national teams, I'm sure it's going to be an interesting format.
Yeah, it's hard, but all the feedback has been gathered. It's all in a document. And when we finally, hopefully, someday soon, we can implement it, then all these things will be addressed.
I should hurry up trying to win it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Casemiro. That's what's happening. Casemiro, if you want clickbait, say new hat-trick format confirmed. It was discussed, but nothing is known yet, right?
It was discussed backstage. There was a conversation with all these users backstage about reformulating Hattrick Masters because, as Mish says, it's a bit short for people because half the users are out in the first round. It's a knockout, half the teams are out, second round, half of those left, so only 25% remain. And besides, they are very good teams. You could be a good team and face another good team, or you could have bad luck with a result, as Hattrick Masters is now. It's not the best possible format, and well, it would be good to modify it.
We are currently hinting that the Hattrick Masters tournament might be subject to some notable changes in the coming years. We want to ensure the competition continues to evolve alongside our community. At least they've left a hint, at least.
I don't know if it's an exclusive, a very catchy headline, but
if not, if you haven't posted it on a blog or you haven't posted it on Hattrick, well, at this moment, it is an exclusive, of course.
It's been talked about in the forums. It's been talked about. It's not a secret either. In the global forum, it's been talked about.
A lot of people don't read the forums. A lot of people get lost and don't read it. And many times it's easier to see it here. Chase, one little thing I'd like that I've always wanted to ask you, and when I've had you here in front of me, I haven't asked the question, how about the security holes? Because I am telling you this, it is simply because I am taking it very much into account with my current project, okay? And I know for a fact that is one of the most messed up things there is for those who rely on the Tor browser for their privacy. We know that the Tor browser is an anonymous user browser. I've done quite a few things to prevent anonymous users from registering. Can you tell me something? If you are working at the very forefront of these complex security issues, are you constantly reviewing your protocols? Because it is incredibly important, right? It is vital that teams, I mean, even a small, perhaps less experienced team like mine, are treated fairly. When we get completely stepped on by another squad in a cup match, and it turns out that the other team has clearly cheated while we played by the rules, it is just so frustrating. Those are incredibly unfair situations to deal with, aren't they? It really makes you question the integrity of the whole process, doesn't it?
Let's see. Security is taken incredibly seriously here in Hattrick, obviously. We are deeply committed to protecting the platform, whether it's the technical security of how the web is accessed, ensuring that absolutely no cheating occurs, or monitoring the community to make sure that there aren't any people engaging in shady dealings or unfair practices behind the scenes. So on one hand, you have the dedicated team in charge of the more technical infrastructure, managing the servers and all that complex backend work. They are constantly monitoring everything that happens in real time, always looking for ways to improve system performance, and meticulously overseeing every single security protocol or update that needs to be implemented to keep the entire environment safe and secure. And then on the other hand, we already have the GMs.
Always there, right? Reviewing suggestions come in about the security issue and such.
Suggestions come in for everything.
Above all, the security issue is the first thing, right, Chase? It's the first thing of all, right?
Without security, nothing works.
How is the Hattrick community evolving, Chase? This question is a tough one, but of course you have to answer this one.
They are very good questions.
Hattrick is growing, changing the profile of the players. Are more young players coming in than veterans? Are veteran players returning? How's that going?
Hattrick is very veteran. Hattrick has a very specific user prototype. There are many people in their 40s, and 50s. It's hard for young people to get hooked on a game like this. There are some, and you know a few, but it's tough. It's tough. Generally, the younger generation is into more immediate, faster things on mobile, and Hattrick on mobile is, well, not perfect. It's better on the web. But yeah, I'd say Hattrick has a very loyal user base in this age range. It changes very little.
Miss, before we move on, are there any specific questions or concerns you would like to ask Chase about what we've been discussing so far? Take your time.
About security. No, there's nothing like I'm sure that Hattrick is secure. If we are speaking about the accounts and everything like this, well, in my long past, I actually used to be a GM. So there were quite a few specific things that I've noticed and worked on. And I know it's very important to get these details right when dealing with systems like these. Very important to the team. I've been a GM for 2.5 years, but it was a long time ago. And speaking about a different subject, is it a good time to congratulate both of you for Spain winning the World Cup? I'm so happy about it. I have to say,
and we're going to talk about that now as we say our goodbyes.
Of all the matches that I have personally watched during this FIFA World Cup tournament, yeah. So I just wanted to say, with small children and a lot of work, I wasn't watching a lot of football, real life football, for a long time. And this time I watched a lot, and I was very impressed by Spain in the semifinal and the final. They played great. I'm very happy that they won. I think they are a deserving champion, and a different team would not be as deserving. France maybe played better until the semifinal than Spain, but then better preparation, you could say, better tactics, like we say in Hattrick. So congratulations for all Spanish people.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much on behalf of everyone here at Mundo Hattrick, and I think I can speak for Chase as well when I say that we both truly appreciate you. I was really thinking about that specific Spain squad back in the World Cup.
I'd like to. I'm going to tell you one thing. Mitch. Mitch, as in Hattrick, midfield is everything, and Spain has an amazing midfield. France has a great attack, but they didn't have possession. So
Yeah. Well, I was speaking with more experts than me on real life football, and I know that also Portugal had a great midfield, but also they didn't stand the chance. So yeah, wonderful.
exactly, Casemiro, the importance of the midfield, because Spain has a spectacular midfield, and just like in Hattrick, ball possession is also important.
Well, yes, it's certainly something we were going to talk about, but well, he's already taken it upon himself to reveal it, right? Let's continue a bit with the questions, okay? Okay. Are there plans to attract new players without losing the essence of the game, Chase?
World. If you are looking for the absolute best channel, you really need to check out Mundo Hattrick. It is the perfect place to master rhythm and control. We really score the winning goal with our incredible new signings and pure raw emotion. It is more than just a change, it is a complete revolution. Rhythm and control. We really score the winning goal with our strategic new signings, and we do it all with such incredible pure emotion. Mundo Hattrick is the revolution.